Kuala Lumpur airport. Bike's back in one piece, all a bit delayed, flight is delayed, so a bit of a panic. We've got, let's say, 60k to ride. Let me just check that. Yeah, I think 60k. We've got just under 2 hours. It's flat, so that's the good thing. It's very hot, it's very humid. I'm not changing into my real cycling clothes because everything's already very sweaty. So we're going to get out of the airport, get on the road and get to Port Dickson, day one. Always fun cycling out of airports. They're not really designed for bicycles, so you just got to find a route. My computer is going to tell me how to get to Port Dickson, so I'll get a precise distance in a moment. Let's just get out of the airport for now. Seems to be a sort of motorway, but we just go for it. It's the only road out of here. If there's motorbikes, then there's bicycles. That's my rule in Asia. 52 kilometers to go. It's 4:15. However, the clocks are an hour ahead of Thailand, of Chiang Mai. And I'm not sure why. I remember there was a bit of a weird discrepancy because I don't think we're any further east. So that's good news. That should mean, if my maths is correct, which it may well not be, that we could have a bit more light. So 55k, a couple of little climbs, nothing major. I think we should make it in time. Anyway, I've got lights, back lights on. There's a bike lane. This is a quiet road for now. Palm oil palms as far as the eye can see in this part of Malaysia, and in most of Malaysia, to be honest. As you come into land, you just see a sea. The whole country is just green with palms. It's kind of pretty, but as we know, it's a bit of a monoculture. It's not great for the environment. How many times have I flown with my bike? Countless. How many errors have I made on this trip already? Also countless. Forgot to put an air tag in my bag. Always a mistake, because when you arrive at the airport with a bike, the big question is, have they sent it to the oversized luggage area or haven't they? It's always a gamble. You never quite know, so you're sort of looking between the two places. Did end up in oversized. Did I put a spacer between my disc pads? No. So I had to get those open. A little technical difficulty, but the bike's good. Everything seems to be working okay for now. Nothing got damaged. Don't think I've lost anything yet. Anyway, welcome to Malaysia. Still quiet roads, but we're just circling the airport really. It's a big old airport, KL. And then we'll get onto busier roads. It's going to start getting dark, so I won't be able to film anyway. I say we wait until tomorrow morning, and then I'll introduce the tour. By which time, maybe I'll have worked out exactly where I'm going, because I have very little idea at the moment. Well, looks like my solar calculations were correct. It's 6:45, still daylight, sun is setting, and we're in Port Dickson, so we made it! Now, got to find somewhere to stay, and I am hungry. Well, this is where I stayed for New Year's Eve 2025. There wasn't a lot of options. New Year's Eve, probably not the best day to be travelling. So I'm staying in like an apartment complex, but they rented rooms for the night as well. Not cheap, but I arrived late and there wasn't much around. Anyway, this is where we are. We'll head out. I don't think I'll be going for a swim, but we'll head out that way and down the coast to Malacca City. Just packing out now, almost ready. Head out in about 10 minutes, I think. Terima kasih. Marina View Villas. Well, it was an unusual stay, as is often the case in Malaysia. So, a very short ride today, only 70k. Originally I'd hoped to be able to get from the airport to Malacca in a day, but you know, things don't always work out the way you plan them. So, easy day today into Malacca. We'll stay there for a couple of nights at least, depends how much we like it. I hear it's a nice city. I think we've got a good little hostel we're going to stay in. Malaysian cycling, there's a lot of quite busy roads. They don't have bike scooter lanes like they do in Thailand and Vietnam, but I'm more interested in it culturally than in bicycling terms. Okay, back to the main road. Off the main road already into some quieter, greener roads, which is much nicer. Conditions are good. It's about 27, 28 degrees out. Malaysia pretty much always on the warm side and definitely on the humid side. There might be a bit of a monoculture, but the palm oil palms do play host to a load of other plants, fern type plants, so all the trunks are covered. Kind of pretty. Maybe a little breakfast, help us on our way. I think this lady might be selling little rice packages. Selamat pagi. Nasi ayo?
Nasi lemak.
Lemak.
You want?
Berapa? Friendly lady, like most Malaysians. In Malaysia, they speak, the language is very similar to Indonesian, so my rusty Indonesian's coming back to me. And very similar food, just sort of rice and stuff and something very spicy by the looks of it, wrapped up. Tried to avoid plastic when I'm travelling, so she's giving me 2 spoons, I think, has she? Yeah, she's giving me 2 spoons, but I'll keep one and then just wash it and use that for the rest of the trip. Okay, some nasi. I flew on New Year's Eve because it was the cheapest day to fly. No one wanted to fly New Year's Eve. I'm quite happy to fly on New Year's Eve. However, I then ended up paying through the nose for a hotel. So, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. But I know where I want to be for New Year's Eve in future. Malaysia doesn't seem to party. Nothing woke me up at midnight. I just slept right through. Seemed very quiet. You wouldn't guess it was New Year's Eve. Yeah, it's a predominantly Muslim country, but it's got a bit of everything here. So I thought there would be shenanigans. Happy to say, very little. Well, I did promise you some sort of plan this morning. So the plan as it stands is Malacca, depending on how you spell it, city for a day or 2, maybe more if we like it. Then I want to see Singapore. I've never been to Singapore. Now the problem with Singapore is it's incredibly expensive. Food is okay, lodging is not. I looked at dorm beds in hostels and it was $65 a night minimum. So plan is we ride to a little town called Johor, I think, Johor maybe, right on the border, spend the night there. Then I've got a loop around Singapore. We'll cross over into Singapore, do this loop. Singapore is basically just a city. Get some grub and then get back out and that'll be Singapore done. Little bit of a bike lane here and there and then sort of nothing, but it's quiet out today, so that's okay. Probably because it's the 1st of Jan, it's New Year's Day, it's a public holiday. Let's avoid a bit of a hole. Yeah, post Singapore, what I'd like to do is go up the east coast of Malaysia. Last year when I toured, I went up the centre to the Cameron Highlands and then over to the west coast to Penang City, which I love, Georgetown, and up to Langkawi Island. This time I'd like to do the east, but I'm aware it's rainy season, it's monsoon season, so we're just going to have to see how that goes. At the coast, taking a little detour to see the sea. Oh, a little homestay right on the ocean. Malaysian drivers, not quite like Thai drivers. They will squeeze you. You've got two tactics. I've got two tactics. If there's nothing coming and I hear someone behind me, I just start to slowly pull away from the curb. And then when they overtake me, I just pull back in, so it gives me space. If there is something coming, however, do not pull out. Because they're coming through. They ain't waiting. You get a little wave every now and again from the motorbikers. So if there's something coming forwards and backwards, I just make myself as small as possible, get ready to bail out onto the grass. My trusty bike computer is selecting the routes, and it is finding some nice quiet little roads away from those busy main roads. However, it has twice, both yesterday and today, sent me to places I can't go. So yesterday there was no bridge, so I had to backtrack. Today it tried to send me through a military compound, which didn't go down so well. And now, onto gravel. Well, I'll take that. Don't mind a bit of gravel. Let's see where this one comes out. Magical Mystery Tour. Track's getting less defined now. Just a grassy path. Ooh. I've got a feeling this ain't gonna work. I see a big hole ahead. Yeah, that track didn't work out, came to a dead end. So, I'm losing faith in my computer. Normally it's very good at finding routes in other countries, but maybe Malaysia's not its forte. I mean, there are very few cyclists here. It probably relies on busyness. So in Thailand it's very good. In Bali it's fantastic and really good at finding gravel routes. But here, 3 strikes and you're out, I'm afraid. Hammerhead. Starting to come into Malacca city now. Been following the river for a bit. Now we're back to the main road. This will probably take us all the way into town. Into the old town. Just been to see one hostel. I'm going to go and see another one, just see what it's like. Gotta find my way there. Seemed quite cool. Cheap. Oh, I think this is a one-way road. Oh well. Oh, I'm not the only one on it, so maybe we're alright. Okay, I see why the tourists like it. It's one of those like sweet little touristy towns. Nothing like the metropolis I just cycled through. I was just looking at durians. We're going to have to go and eat some durian. We want durian, we want Indian food, and we want it now. Okay, the other hostel I was going to look at is somewhere around here. Somewhere. I'm going to have to consult the map. Well, it's very touristy. For good and for bad. I mean, it is New Year's Day, so I think everyone's out and about. Yeah, I found the other hostel right in town, but I can't check in yet. And I'm not sure I want to be right in town because it's a bit busy. So I think we'll go back to the other one. and we'll find some of a cheaper durian as well. Somewhere like this. Durian land. Actually, this is probably also less expensive. Just going to have a look. Three Little Birds, hostel I'm staying in here in Malacca. It's the next day. I'm going on a little adventure. We're going to the beach to find durian. The Three Little Birds hostel turned out to be a good decision because the centre of town is way too hectic, overpriced, full of touristy restaurants. Where I am, it's only 2 minutes away from the centre, but all the restaurants seem to be much more local and much cheaper. Durian, on the other hand, is not cheap. It's not the season, although it sort of is the season nowadays, they say. Things have changed, but yeah, not cheap. But when in Rome, one must eat durian. We're at the beach, Klabang Beach. It looks like it's about to rain, but it often does look like it's about to rain in Malaysia. And it often rains as well. But it's warm out, it's 28 degrees, not hot. Pretty cool for here, this part of the world. But sadly, I see no durian. Well, the search for durian continues, but while we're out, we'll take a little ride in to town, see what we can see along this canal into the famous Jonker Walk. I mean, Malaysia is a real mix of cultures and religions and cuisines. Malacca, even more so. It's been a Portuguese colony, a Spanish colony, and it's trouble with the word colony today, and a British colony. So there's all sorts of architectural mixes. It's Chinese, it's Indian, it's Malay. That's why I love it here. Musang King. Okay. So 28 ringgit kilo for the whole fruit, and this is what you get. This was 40 ringgit, so it's quite expensive fruit. That's 7 or 8 pounds in British money of durian. It's not a cheap fruit, but I felt we had to try. So this is Musang King, which is one of the most famous Malaysian varieties, and Malaysia is said to have the best durian in the world. Musang King, Blackthorn, Red Prawn, and many other varieties, but Musang King is the one. It's taken me a few years to get used to the smell, but now I love it, and the taste also. Oh. So good, sort of creamy. It's like a, if you were going to give it another name, you'd call it a custard fruit. You get through the sort of slightly crispy flesh, and then the inside is just creamy and custardy. Delicious. Well, durian mission finally successful. I wouldn't say I've scratched that itch, and that may just be the start of the Durian Tour. That's what we'll call it. It's now just come to me. Anyway, back to the hostel. This will be the end of part 1. Tomorrow we head to Kluang and then on to Singapore the day after. Well, that's the plan. Okay, tune in next time on today's ride. Okay, busy.